This is a bit of a polish. Welcome. It is myself, Craig. Welcome aboard. Couple of days off with holidays. Just spending it with family. It's been good. I hope you've been well. When one jumps on, one jumps off. You just can't tell. Yeah. What's the time? 7:15. Hey, you've got Craig, and this is Craigsworldrocks, and we are back again to chat about life, the universe, and everything. And you are very welcome. And that person jumped off as well. There's no point me talking until I see numbers on there. Welcome, everybody. You have Craig, and this is Craigsworldrocks. You're all very welcome. I'm back here to do another live, talking about all things life-related. Doron, how you going? HH, how you going? You are appreciated here. Zan Baker, how you going? I hope you guys had a great Christmas. You know, good holidays, hanging out with the family. Hope that's gone well. I've had a couple of days of chilling out with the family, or should I say being extremely busy with the family. Who else we got there? Respective Metal, how we going? Deb Z says hi, so do I. Hi to yourself. Yeah, look, chilling out. Time to get back into it. Well, anyone that holds hatred to anyone is probably creating some negative stuff for themselves, guys. So we won't start there. But hello, Vanedex or Vamedex. Yep, a Maheshma says hi. Hi to you also. My lives, for you who have not seen me before, I'm an individual that has had a lot of different experiences through my life. Culminating in my opinions about life, and very much, hey Kevin, welcome aboard, mate. If you're hanging out for a few minutes. Hey Debs, yes, hello again, fantastic. You know, we're here, I'm here to talk about positive attitudes, that your actions, I was thinking about for today. Hey Money Mojo, how you going? Are you Rascal Flats? Are you Rascal Flats? Well, I don't know what Rascal Flats is. That's an old song with Rascal Flats. Ducky Guy, how you going? You know, I'm a big believer that how we act affects our lives. So what you put out is what you get back. Rock Spider, yes. U180, welcome. Welcome to you all. Obviously, I can't keep saying welcome all night, or we'll never get into a conversation. But look, for those who have seen me, for those who haven't, I'm very much a person that is about trying to help. Duck Guy, you're fantastic, mate. You are very, very welcome. You are all individuals, all unique spirits that are perfect as you are. That's the first statement I'll make. You all don't need to do anything to achieve anything or get anywhere. This is an existence from how I see it. This is a life that we're all living that you can get as much out of it or as little out of it as you choose. But there's no, oh, okay, sweet. Thank you, Money Mojo. If you don't want to put a lot into it, you want to be quite negative about life, then you might find you attract a lot of other people that are quite negative about things. So yeah, that's out the backyard. So don't worry, there's no one running around out there. So ghosts. Well, yeah, it's dusk here in Melbourne, Australia. It's probably, what is it now? 20 past 7. So sun doesn't go down until about 9 o'clock here. No, I'm in Melbourne, Australia, my friend. Melbourne, Australia. Tell the chat about your charges, Craig. Okay, I like your Unk. Yeah, I like my Unk too. Unk's been a symbol that's always put itself out to me through my life. I always seem to attract it or find things in that space that symbol sometimes is involved. As from what I've been told, the Egyptians saw it as a symbol that represented eternal life, that we live forever, that there's no end, there's no finality. And getting back to that, look, I wanted to talk about actions tonight. It's all great to think positively. It's all great to, want great things in our lives. But if we don't instill the actions, if we don't actually, you've already got eternal life, my friend. That's my perspective. Obviously, with everything that I say, take what you like, chuck out what you don't like. But that's something that I've come to understand for myself. You've already got it. You've got the magic key. You are a part of all that is. So rejoice in that. Rejoice that you don't have to be or do anything. To achieve anything. You've already achieved it. We exist, and I think we live these lives or create these scenarios. We live these scenarios because we want to expand on how we see reality. We want to learn more about ourselves, give us more reflection on who we truly are. That we're actually involved in creating this space that we're all in with the universe, Earth, the whole lot. And we create that. We're a big part of that. We chose to come in and live this life, have these experiences, and then we choose to head back to where we're from. I don't like to put labels on things. That's how I look at it. I don't call myself a particular religion. I very much see myself as a spiritual person, someone that believes that life goes on, but I don't think you've actually got to do anything to achieve it. So, take that, throw it away, no dramas. I'm good with that, all right? So, but I really believe that if you're more positive, if you put out more actual conversations with people around you, people that you interact with, you project more positive, upbeat comments, you will find that what's in front of you starts to open up and become a more positive reality. You actually have a say in your life, okay? So it's really about testing the waters, I suppose. Most of the things that I've done through my life, I've tested to see if it's possible, see if it's real, if there's reality to it, if being more positive creates more positive, etc. The kangaroos are awesome, my friend, but they're out the bush. So I live in Melbourne, 6 million people, very, very city orientated, just in case anyone's not so sure about that. But if you want to believe that we all ride kangaroos to work every day, you certainly can. That's all sweet. But look, guys, actions are what it's about. So taking ownership, guys. I like to talk about what do we take ownership of, right? Like, what's the most important thing I think people can be doing for themselves to make their lives better, to have more positive things come into their lives? I think that connecting with your authentic self is the way to go. Now, what do I mean by the authentic self? The authentic self is the real you. It's the you that actually understands yourself as a whole. Now, do you understand yourself as a whole right now? No, most of us do not. But the authentic self, hey Christopher, how you going, mate? The authentic self is the you that lives in your heart, is the you that loves particular things that you love, right? Amelia, welcome. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas too. It's good to see you back. So living the authentic you is living the most spiritual life you can live, right? Chuck away all the titles, chuck away all the groups and opinions about which one's right, which one's wrong. I think we're all spiritual beings. I think we're all from the same place because we're all human beings. We're all babies. We're living a life regardless of race, creed, sex, whatever. It doesn't matter. We all should treat each other with respect and love because we're all the same. Take away all the insignificant beliefs that are there, that are programmed by, hundreds of years of different people thinking different things. Wipe that away and we're all exactly the same. We're all humans. We're all living what literature, I've read many, many different things over my learnings, and I continue to, whatever appears or basically comes into my world and kind of screams out to me to say, hey, have a read of this. I read, right? I don't know. I didn't meet Jesus. So he was a human being though, right? We can all agree on that. Jesus was human, right? We all agree on that. Who did he represent? No one really knows that. I think he represented the humans, all of us. I think he was an example to all of us about how we could live our life. No, it's not about God. This whole chat, Money Mojo, I'm not focused on God. So if you're someone that wants to talk, religious rhetoric, there are other live chats that you could probably go to have those conversations. I myself, I don't think that's the be all and end all focus. If you're comfortable and you believe that, that's great, right? You can believe that. But what I'm talking about here is about connecting with the more real you, the actions that you can do to change your life, right? If anyone here can tell me, you all know individually if you're lying to yourself, right? If you say something but you don't act it, you don't live it, but you say to everyone, yeah, I do all that, but you don't actually live it, then you're just living a bit of a fake life. You're trying to be someone that you're not really being. I'm someone that says, hey, if you want to be the best version of yourself, you need to start living that. You need to start, listening to who you are and doing the things that you personally bring you joy and passion and love and make you feel at the best level you can feel. Whatever makes you feel fabulous, whatever makes you feel great from the heart as an individual. If you're not doing those things, you need to remind yourself to start doing them. Because when you feel, what was that? When you feel really high vibrational, when you feel very clear and you're doing things that you absolutely love, things that are personal to you, you are creating opportunities in that direction for yourself. So you're giving the opportunity to open up your world in a space where you love doing what you're doing. You're actually giving yourself the ability to have opportunities suddenly come into your world that might not manifest if you don't live from the heart. If you're doing the things that you love or you're not. And I think most of us have those things stashed away. And a lot of the time we put those things back out the side because we think we've got to make money to support the family, or we put other things first because society says we have to do those things just to survive and just to live. Good day to you, Carmine. Welcome. I am chatting about life, the universe, and everything. So basically, get myself back on track here. Basically, if you are living a true, authentic life for yourself, you are doing the things that you love to do for you. Now, I get it. I get it that you have to do the job because you have to pay the bills. But there's got to be opportunities where you can start to add in things into your life that you're truly passionate about. Because the beauty of life is, and the beauty of how it actually works, is that if you start to do things that you're really passionate about, you are sending a message to your subconscious and your higher mind to say, we want more of this. And so you start to create more of this. So it's very much action intent, right? You've got to actually action it. You've got to actually do it, right? If you just think about things and you don't follow through with any action, you're going to have trouble with things not coming to you in the way that you'd like, not manifesting in the way that you want, right? Why would, I talk about this regularly too, lifting a person's vibration. Why do we want to lift our vibrations? Why do we want to be clearer and more positive? You know, if life doesn't mean anything, just act however you want to act, right? Because it doesn't mean anything. But if you lift your vibration, if you're doing things that you enjoy, that you're doing and you're enjoying yourself, like I'm passionate about putting out my thoughts online to the world, right? Please take what you like, chuck out what you don't like. If you like how I talk, please subscribe and hit your notifications so when I jump on live, you'll know that I'm there and you can join in and see what Craig's talking about today. This is how you see the authentic me. I've put videos online as an example the last 18 months of all different topics of the way I look at different things. And they give me a reflection on how I see things, and they give people an opportunity to look at a particular area or an idea about life from a different angle, right? Often we don't get the answers that we need for ourselves by always just looking at it ourselves. Sometimes we need to look at it from different angles before we get the answer for things that we need for us, for our lives. And it's very important, I think, to be open enough to allow yourself to look at things from different angles and to listen to different people's opinions that have actually lived lives in different ways. You know, there are so many amazing individuals out there in this world that have lived unbelievable lives and had things go on in their lives that many of us would go, wow, that can't possibly be true, but they are. But it's about opening your eyes, opening your heart, basically being very, very open to receive new knowledge, new information, new ideas. Always, with anything that you take on or you try, take the things that you like, whatever sits well with your intuition, what makes you feel, you think, oh, that's a good idea, that makes sense to me, and don't worry about the rest of it. Just take the things on that you like, right? Because you're a unique, perfect individual that's going down your unique path that you're creating in your life. You need the answers for you, right? I believe I'm here to help people to understand that they can have a say in their own life, that you do create what goes on. You are a part of the all that is. Life, the universe, you know, the oneness of it all, the planet, the galaxies, the universes, the trees, the rivers, the whatever. We came to exist. We exist here. Yeah, I'm from Australia. Floss, how you going? Welcome. We all exist here. Western Sydney's lovely. I've been there. We all exist here together. We're all living this amazing existence together. So are we a part of it all? Are we all as good as one another? Yeah. We're not less than. You've already achieved greatness. You are great. Every single one of you, sweet ass, mate. Every single one of you is perfect. Your unique self is perfect. You can choose how you act. That's freedom of choice there, right? Each individual chooses how they act. Now, I'm a big believer that the only person that you have any right to control or take control of in your life is you. We can help other people transform themselves for the better by basically being the best version of ourselves we can be. That's the one area that you have 100% control in. Now, if other people in life that you come across say, hey, you need to follow this because if you don't, bad things will happen, that's a red flag for me, because those people are trying to direct you through fear. my opinions are, I suppose a lot of them came from people that would class themselves as metaphysicians, that they look at the science of life, but the spiritual science of life, and they connect it through that way. So there is a lot of, if you can do something, if you can prove it, then it exists in that space. And a lot of spiritual things can be proven, right? But it comes, you can prove things to yourself. You often won't be able to do it for others, right? So it's really a self-empowerment, right? Self-worth, self-esteem, self-empowerment. You guys getting on board with that and saying, okay, I want to try a couple of these things. Basic little techniques that I say to everybody is, hey, try speaking even more positively to people that come into your life and watch how they speak back to you. Because if you try the other way, if you speak very negatively to someone, it's pretty obvious to see that a lot of those people take offense and then they'll speak negatively back to you. But it's basically proving that everything around you is a bit of a reflection of who you truly are. Because otherwise that wouldn't happen. Okay, you actually, with what you say and what you think and what you do, Kalani, welcome, my friend, welcome. Always welcome anyone that wants to subscribe, because I love the fact that I've connected with someone, all right? But we need to basically prove these things for ourselves, right? Life is not just about blindly traveling along. There are things that I think we aren't even close to opening up about, things that we... What's that? Okay. That's all right. Just sorted that. They're gone. Hey, Emily. Amelia. Sorry, Amelia. That's all taken care of. We're gonna get people like that on here, but don't worry, they've moved on. So, guys, if what we do can make a difference, can transform our lives for the better, and you can start to prove that more for yourself. You can show other people around you through your actions. I want to focus on the actions tonight. I want to focus on those actions that we do, and it comes back to the absolute basics, right? There's no one that's going to judge you in your life here, or, well, here in the human world. Well, there'll be people that think they have the right to judge others, but they don't. But when we cross back over, the only person that actually checks out your life and investigates if it's been good or bad or ugly, or you've done the right things, it's you. You assess what you've gone through. You do, because at the end of the day, you're a part of the all that is. You can make those choices. You analyze the life that you've just lived for your own expansion and growth. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna have trouble tongue tying that one. Nihan, how you going? Zoe, how you going? All right, just jumping off the bandwagon for a bit. I am here. All right. Yeah, and sometimes that's hard for a lot of people to grasp, but I don't believe that there's someone there waiting to judge us and tell us what we do right from wrong. I think we're all doing that. We're all doing that to ourselves. Who's the harshest judge on you as an individual in life? You are. Who's always the most pickiest at how you look in the mirror before you go out? You are. Other people don't pick on you as much as you can pick on yourself. I think that's a bit of a reflection of what it actually is all about. We are all we're all part of the same existence. We're all part of the all that is. That's what I like to call it, the all that is. We're all part of that, okay? And we all come in here as a baby. We all create as a baby, regardless of race or creed or sex. That doesn't matter. We all come from the same place. So we have to be from the same. We exist exactly the same. There is no one that's better than someone else. Looking at it like that, which is logical, that's what it's telling us, So many, I'm not going to dive into religion because I want to leave that to you guys, because a lot of you guys will have a religious belief that you believe. But I'm saying don't just go through life not questioning everything, right? There's often more to learn here than what you realise. And even if you stay believing a particular religion and you live your whole life believing that religion, that's okay. When you cross back over, you'll reconnect with the total you, the you that's lived thousands of lives, or tens of thousands of lives, or hundreds of thousands of lives, and you'll understand yourself again. So this is one part of the puzzle. That's how I look at it. This life is one part, and it will add to the jigsaw puzzle of our existence. And we are one perfect speck of light and love of the complete all that is. We're a unique thinking individual speck. We all are, all right? Embrace your uniqueness. Connect with the authentic you. The you that in here, the things that you love, the things that make you feel good, the things that put a smile on your face that you're not doing for someone else, you're doing just because they make you feel good. Whether that's sitting down and reading a book and you just love the experience of that, that is for you, right? And I know people just could spend their lives reading books, but then that could turn to them writing books. That might become a love for them. That might transform their life in that way. But you have, like, I believe that the way to Lino's air fryer is back. Yes. Hello. The way to truly transform your life into what you came here to connect with is to connect with you, the real you. And that's to have an honest conversation with yourself. What makes you, you? And if you're really listening to me, what makes you, you? That's a question that you need to be very, very clear on in your life. What makes you love life? If you don't know the answer to that question, I think quietly finding a quiet place and trying to reconnect with yourself as a child, try to remember through photos, family stuff, talk to your parents about if they're there to talk to, about what you're into when you're a kid. Try and reconnect in those ways, right? Because the authentic you is the only real you that you know. Like when you come into this world as a baby, you're a pure little baby with no beliefs and no thoughts of anyone else here, just you, right? And that is what you want to truly connect back with, okay? That is what's important, I think, for everyone to understand. The answers for everyone are not out there. You're not going to find them out there. I'm sorry to say, that's Craig's opinion. Yes, you can take that or chuck that away, no drama. But the answers that we seek are all here. I mean, meditation, which is a well-known practice for so many spiritual groups, right? Meditation is about slowing down so you can hear the voice of your heart speak. Your heart has a voice. But sometimes with the speed of life, with what we get caught up into, right? We forget to listen. We forget to, remind ourselves what's important to us, right? Now, there's an example, okay? I'll talk about me because, hey, I'm the only one on here. It's my channel. There's lots of things I love, right? I love public speaking. I've never been fearful of that. Now, I've learned a lot of things over my own personal journey in this life, and so I'm now passing that on through this situation, and I'm really enjoying myself. It makes me feel good. If one of you subscribes to me, I'm like, wow, someone actually enjoyed listening to me have a chat about how I see life. Well, that's awesome. I hope that they get something positive out of it. It's me trying to be my authentic self. It's trying to be my best version of me I can be, right? And I think And I think we've all got those powers. I think we've all got those great things in us that we just truly love and we want to do, right? Ask yourself, why aren't you doing them, right? I want everyone that's connected here and found me to start doing more of those things that are in their hearts, more of the things that make you feel special, that make you feel like you're the center of the universe. Because I'm here to tell you that you are, right? You all are the center of your universes. There isn't anything better than you. You're it. But you need to awaken and you need to clear away a lot of those program beliefs that have been put on us all. To basically, they're other people's thoughts and ideas, right? We need to actually let them go. I mean, when you act in a certain way in a situation, and let's say whatever happens in front of you and you have a reaction, and let's say the reaction is not a positive reaction. Let's say it's a racist comment that someone throws out there, right, about something that you've seen, and you go, oh my goodness, all of a sudden you go, do I want to talk like that? When you get to that point where you're actually analysing what's come up and deciding whether you want to keep acting like that, because you have the choice to change that, because that might have been Auntie Beryl's racist attitude that was whacked on you when you were 2 years old in the crib, and she carried on at whatever different cultured people because they cut her off in her car, and you were a baby, you absorbed it like a sponge. But then it came up in a conversation when you were an adult and you went, gee, that's not very nice. You get an opportunity then to let that go. Once you realise that you don't prefer a belief, once you realise you don't prefer to react in a certain way, you have dispersed it. You don't have to do any more. You just have to think, well, how do I want to be towards this particular situation? Well, those people are fantastic. I want to basically treat them like everyone else. And so in goes a positive belief. See, a lot of these things, they're all just around us, but we're unaware of them. We've all been programmed with them by multiple people over our childhoods, our adolescence, our young adulthood. We've been influenced by, we might have to act like that because other people won't accept me if I don't act the same way. When you try and appease others by being like them, you're living a false life. You're not getting any benefit from that, right? It's really about, don't try and appease other people to be what they want you to be, right? Be the person that you truly want to be. Be the person that makes your heart warm, right? That when you do things, you go, oh, I really love doing this. Be that person. Watch your life transform when you be that person. Watch opportunities come. Watch those opportunities come to you along the line of the things that you love doing. You might then have decisions to make where you say, well, I could do a job here that actually I really enjoy doing all the time. So work is no longer work. It's like I love doing it. So I'm not working a day in my life anymore. I'm actually doing something that I can get on board with. When you're doing something that you love, you build energy on yourself. You don't suddenly become flat. ASDCCGH, because I can't say it, mate. Welcome. Let's go through a few more welcomes. Israel Garcia. Oh, Super Bowls, all right. I love American football, but I really don't have time to follow it, Israel. But welcome to you, sir. What else we got here? Okay, good conversation, guys. Matto Y5P, yo, dude, to you too. The nerd doesn't watch football. Well, I'm an Aussie, mate, but I'm far from a nerd. But, I'm very mixed, hippie. Probably is a little bit of nerd in there. Bit of jock, bit of this, bit of that. Mate, life's what you make of it. Do what you love to do, mate. I love me bourbons and Coke too, American bourbons. Love me Wild Turkey, love me Woodford Reserve, yeah. Do what you love to do, right? If you find that things aren't going as well as you want in your life, try it. Try being more positive to people that come into your life. Try starting to do things that are for you. Not from a selfish place, right? From your heart. I know that sounds weird. A lot of guys go, from your heart, what are you talking about? That means something to you. Things that mean something. Right? Believe in you. Right? And Amelia, I know, you love the Bible. I can see that. That's fantastic. Because if it makes you happy, that's awesome. I don't have any drama with that. I want to add to that for you, Amelia. I want you to take another step. You can empower yourself with more knowledge about who you are and who human beings are and what we're supposed to be like, right? Bringing heaven into earth, yes, creating heaven on earth. That's what I believe a lot of it's about. So, don't try never to have yourself limited on the things that you've been taught so far. Try and open yourself up to more positive things to try to see if they can enhance and expand your world. We all do create what goes on in our life. We just we're not all consciously aware of it. Some of us are. Yeah, some of us are and some of us aren't. So try a few of those things. It's not going to hurt for you to talk more positively to someone out there. It's not going to hurt anyone if you start doing something that's in your heart that you're passionate about, whatever it might be, something new. It's not going to hurt if you start to do that. You're not going to hurt anyone doing that, right? You're going to actually, I'm saying to you, you're going to enhance your life and you're going to find opportunities will come to you through the passion that you start to live. And you're also at that point proving that you do have a say in what goes on. It's not all just happening to you from out there. You do have a say and you can change the direction of things. You are a part of the all that is. And I believe that, okay? With all my heart, I believe that. I've proven that to myself over and over again. So please, never stay with one way of thinking. We are creatures of change. I've proven that too. We all prove it every day. How do I know that change happens every day? Now tell me, are we not all getting older? Every second of every day we grow a bit older in this reality, right? It's not stable. If it was a stable, solid existence that never changed, we wouldn't get older. So that's how you know that this is a place of creation. You can create what you would like to create here because you are creating yourself getting older every day. I know it's a mind bender sometimes to think about these things, but there's a lot of things being, people proving more and more of these things as they go along in life. But you can't prove them to everyone else out there. You can only prove it to yourself at the end of the day. Like when I see someone out there, I interact with people out there in the world or at the shops or, getting some food, whatever it is, and I make that effort to go, thank you so much, that was fantastic. And you can see it on their face when you connect with their heart. You can see it. And instantly, oh, thank you so much. No, I'm so appreciate you. And it comes back, you get this reflection, it's like, wow. Goes right in and you feel bloody awesome, right? Because you're lifting your vibration. What's the other thing lifting the vibration does for us? Lifting our vibrations, doing things that we love to do. When our vibration is high, what does that do? It clears your mind. Jesus was a brother to all of us. Okay, now, I don't want to go down the heavy religious conversation, but he was a human being. He lived a human existence like all of us, right? Yes, my friend. And I believe that Jesus, now you might think differently, Amelia, that's okay. But I believe that Jesus was an example of who we could all become. He wanted us to understand there was more to us than just being downtrodden humans. That we were powerful, that we could become these magnificent, loving beings that just spread that word and helped others understand their own uniqueness and their own beauty in themselves. Okay. Yes. I remember your clouds. You like crystals. I do like crystals. So who doesn't like crystals and semi-precious stones and everyone, right? Everyone. Clouds for sky. Clouds are something, I connected with clouds a long time ago. You know, you can actually you can see images in the clouds for yourself sometimes when you just lay there. And sometimes, my friend OSFFC, things can come about from myths. You know, myths were created by certain people, right? Did they come from something factual? Well, we weren't there. We're not in this life. We're living this life. So I'm open-minded to myths and legends. And, you know, you look at the things like the pyramids, right? And you look at the hieroglyphs and a lot of and you know, I love my little unk and it's supposed to mean eternal life. But look at some of the images. They don't look human. There's even spaceships in some of them. There's, you know, they didn't imagine those things. Hieroglyphs were actual from experiences. They were putting down the story that happened. So there's so many things to the human existence that we've all been closed off from, I reckon, and not really taught anything. I mean, what did school ever teach you? You know, generally, what do your parents teach you? I mean, they teach you what everyone else is telling them to teach you. So we don't really get to dive into the spiritual side of ourselves or the true, who are you? What is life about? You know, what can we do? There's 95% of the brain that they say we don't use. Well, it's got to be there for something, right? We use 5% of it or whatever on a daily basis. And you could, Amelia, you certainly can. You certainly can start a channel and do that, right? And you will attract people that will love that. And if you do that, all the more power to you, okay? Because it is about you. Everyone that is here, from my perspective, from Craig's perspective, it is about doing the things that make you feel good. You're doing it for you. Always remember that, Amelia, for me, okay? Always remember that you're doing it for you, though. You're not doing it for everybody else. Yes, that is the offshoot of something like this. I'm speaking about what I believe in and things that can help transform your life for the better and get you on a path of doing things that you love and da-da-da-da. But at the end of the day, I say these things, I hear myself say it, it strengthens my own understanding, and so I'm more driving that way with all things in my life. Andy, how you going, mate? Hi. Welcome. So as you strengthen those things about yourself, yes, everyone else out there can actually take those things they like and chuck out what they don't like. You know, I don't, and I'm just going to OSFSC, mate, no dramas with that at all. No dramas at all. You know, I don't really talk about the God word in that sense that God's there. I think that we're a part of the all that is, right? I'm not a person, you know, that believes that when this life finishes, that's it. There's a few things that I've done in my life which have proven otherwise, right? And I can tell you if you like, one of them was I've said this a few times on my lives, I've separated from my physical body with my energy body twice in my life through techniques of concentration of will, of saying what I want to do. And I've been able to actually look at my energy form separate from the physical. You can believe that, you cannot believe that. But it felt unbelievable, mate. Like unbelievable. That's all I can say to you. Am I British? Is that me? Is it, what has it got here? Lucas? No, I'm from Australia, mate. Yeah, I'm from Melbourne, Australia. I've separated the two. Now, I've done it twice. I prove that there's more to the human than I was basically from waist up the first time. It was half out. My body was laying on the bed and I came back to my conscious mind and I was sitting up out of my physical. So when I looked back, I could see my body laying there, but I could look at my hands and they were blue. They were electric blue, and the vibration and the energy was like, it was a long time ago now, the last time that this happened, when this happened to me. And mate, I felt 1,000 times more energy than what I feel right now. It was, I don't know, there's no other way to describe it. I can tell you right now that we go on. I believe 1,000% when we finish this life, we will go on, we'll leave the body and we'll go somewhere else, right? Where that is and what it's about, I don't put a label on it. I believe that we're all part of the all that is. I don't put things on a pedestal. I think when you put things on a pedestal, what does that mean for you? That means you're putting yourself down. And why should you be less than? Why should any of us be less than? We're all the same. Go back to the same thing, everyone, right? When you think about these things on your own, when you think about what I've said, think about it for yourself. We came into this world as perfect little babies. We all were perfect little babies. We were the same. We came from the same place. You know, so basically, not at all, my friend. Texas, have you been on before? I think you might have been. No, mate. You're talking about my great earrings that I got when I was about 18 years old, did by myself when I was half pissed. Yeah. Doesn't make me trans, mate. I have a partner of 30 years with 2 awesome adult boys, mate. So there you go. I am just here being my authentic self for what I see true to be in life. And if you like what I say, you can take and use them, incorporate them into your own life. That is as simple as it gets. I have created this page, Craigsworldrocks, to pass on things that I've learned over my, from being a young adult through to where I am now, over 3 decades of having mentors and people in the spiritual aspect of things. And, if you don't like what I talk about, everyone, there's the door. I'm not fazed about it, all right? Like, if you come here to try and say what you're saying is bullshit, if anyone says that, well, I'm not going to, if you're talking negatively, carrying on, I'm just going to say there's the door. You don't have to stay and listen. All types of people can stay here and listen and chat. And, you can have your opinion. But if you're trying to jam something and put down other people in the process, that's where I have to draw the line. So, just be respectful, everyone, and we'll be fine. Yeah. So, well, it's more of an Egyptian symbol, I think, the Ankh. You see it on the hieroglyphs around the Egyptian pyramids a lot. And from what I've been told, it is a symbol of eternal life, because all the pharaohs and that believed that they lived on, as we all do, and I believe the same thing. It's a symbol that's always been strong in my life. So I follow my intuition, I follow my heart, and that's what it is. But like I said, any beliefs that you have, guys, happy for you to have them. But like I said, on this page, I'm really talking about actions that you can do to transform your life. Yeah. So I hope that you guys have tried meditation. I hope that you've tried that. If you haven't tried meditation, I highly recommend it. Meditation is not something that has to be for hours and hours sitting there, sitting there basically breathing for hours. Meditation is about just your breath. Basically centering yourself and bringing yourself back into alignment. No, I don't put I was just going to say there, sorry, Lucia Contreras. I love the pagan understanding, but no, I don't put a title on how I see life. If anything, it's probably more metaphysical. It's the spiritual science. It's, you know, I like the idea for myself of proving that things work, that there's something to them, but treating people the way that you want to be treated, you know, that it stops with you, right? It's not about believing in something. It's about being something that is true and positive and authentic. I'm not about any type of titles. I'm about, you know, if you're lying, you know if you're saying something and you're doing something else, or vice versa. You know that as an individual. Be your authentic self. Be true to who you are, right? Yeah, and I'm not from England. I'm from Australia. I'm in Melbourne, Australia. But this is it. This is it for me. This is about putting out what I see makes sense in life, right? And I've proven to myself that what we project comes back. I've proven that over and over and again to myself. You can say that something else makes everything happen to us, but I've proven that not to be the case. So I'm saying to you, if you want to have better things happen in your life, if you want your life to transform in a way that is better for you, you need to connect with your true, authentic self. Remember who you truly are. Start to do the things that bring you passion in life. And you can't go wrong. There's no more to it. You don't have to believe in anything else. You've already got the golden ticket. You already live forever. So I know that all the religious people say you've got to act a certain way before you get entry into wherever. I don't agree with any of that. Right? That's my opinion. I'm allowed to have that, right? As religious people are allowed to believe that they need to do whatever to get a ticket in, right? You've already got the ticket. So, hey, everyone that is religious, you've already got the ticket. Doesn't matter. Awesome stuff. Rejoice. That's how I see it. We've already got the ticket. There's nothing to prove. There's nothing to do. You are judge, jury, and executioner of yourself. And you're not going to execute yourself because you are perfect consciousness, light vibrational beings that we are. And we are expanding every life that we live. And we expand as we connect more and more with our heart center. Loving everyone as they were connected with us, and they are connected with us because we were all babies. I use that analogy all the time because it just seems the most basic thing. If you hate anyone else in your life, why? They all came from the same place that you came. We're family. We're all family. The whole universe is family. If there are extraterrestrials out there, when they arrive, they're family too. We're family, everyone. The world hates itself at the moment. There's so much hatred, so much pain, so much war. There shouldn't be any. We're the same. All these, I'll just say it from me, all these stupid bloody beliefs and ideas that people say, my thing's right and my thing's right. Well, no one's right, but we're all right. We're all the same. Right? And, you know, that's just how it is. Okay, so I'm reading a little bit of stuff here now. Is he? Okay. Yeah, so, you know, guys, I mean, Vera Madeline, how you going? Look, I'm just going to take care of something there, I think. Bit of spam going on there. You know, guys, this is where I want to talk about the things that I like, the things that I believe in. It's pretty simple, right? Like, If Amelia wants to create her own channel to talk about what she believes, that's great, and people will come to that. That's what it's about. I'm not about people. There's a few, what do they call them, trolls jumping on and saying what they want to say, but there's no need for any of that, right? There's no need for any of that. Be the best version of yourself you can be. The people that have been acting in low vibrational ways, they're only going to attract all that crap to themselves, and their life's not going to be reflecting the best that it can reflect for them. And that's something that they'll have to learn in their own time, right? But we all have the power to transform our own lives. That's the beauty of life. No one can harm you or bother you unless you believe that they can. Believe in who you are, and you empower yourself automatically. Only you have a say in what goes on in your life. And I think most people want better things for themselves, and to have better things for themselves and things that are personally that you love, that are you, that come from in here. That's why I say follow your passions. Remind yourself of what you're passionate about. Start to incorporate some of those things into your daily life, however you can. Even if it's once a week on the weekend, you do something that you really love, just for you. Please start doing it. You know, I hope that most of you are doing some things that you love, right? I hope that you're doing some things, right? But you can get to a point where you transform your life and you do things that actually transform your working life, that your working life becomes something that you love all the time. That can happen, right? Your whole life can transform as soon as you transform and you listen to your heart and you start acting on those passions. Acting on them is the key, guys. We are living in a physical reality, right? It's physical. We create ourselves as physical human beings. We're living in a physical world. But we can change things at any point in time. And they'll still be physical. So we have to do actions that are physical actions to manifest the things that we want to do, right? That we want to bring in, you know. Whew, hang on, have another sip of water. We've gone for nearly an hour, everyone. But I appreciate every single one of you guys for hanging out, having a listen. There's a lot of people here that are just really wonderful people that deserve to be told that. And look, regardless of what you are, I'm going to say every time I do a live, every single one of you out there is perfect as you are. You are perfect as you are. Take the opportunity to embrace who you are. Be your true, authentic self. Don't lie to yourself. Start living an authentic life. Just put the things out and do the things that make you feel good. Live some of the things that give you joy. Make yourself feel really excited. And that's when you attract other people that are at that level of vibration. That's when other magnificent opportunities come your way. Always remember to try and do the things that give you the greatest joy, right? At every opportunity. Like, as much time as you can put aside for the things that give you joy, the better, right? The better. Like attracts like. So the more that your vibration is up, the more that you attract others with their vibrations up, the more that higher vibrational opportunities come your way, the more that amazing creations will start to happen in your world. You don't have to worry about what's happening out there. Everything around you can be crazy, but your life can be awesome. And that's just up to you being the most authentic, joyful person you can be. It's pretty awesome, right? Jay, how you going? Danielle, let's just drop back here because I didn't have that moving. If some kills, yeah, see, I don't agree with that, and that's good news here. You know, the only person that you don't have to do anything to cross back over. You're playing a role here. You can transform your life for the better. You can transform your life for the worse. But at the end of the day, you're still going to exist, and you'll analyze the life to see if you got out of it what you wanted to get out of it. That's how I see it. you know. So all these different things which everyone's saying about, you know, I mean, they're all come from a book. There's no proof, guys. It's in a book. I suppose if you believe the book's 100% true, then you'll believe it. But, you know, you should always be skeptical in life, right? Please be skeptical. I'm very skeptical. I don't have the beliefs I have because I'm gullible. If you're gullible, you believe most things that come around, you'd be very confused and you actually don't understand what the hell's going on. You've got to be skeptical. Take what you like, chuck out what you don't like. You know? Look, alley cats, again, I'm going to say this to you, alley cats, that's your opinion, but we're not here to force people to do anything. And if people continue to try and drive their rhetoric in that way, then there's other places you can do that. Not going to pull any punches. And that's exactly right, Amelia. It's, you know, be grateful for where you are. To change anything. Emery, yes, I am. I'm an Aussie, live in Melbourne, Australia. And I'm talking about how I see life. And you have the power to transform your life. That comes straight from me, all right? I believe everyone gets to really understand me because when I'm live, USA, okay. Love USA. Gene, welcome aboard, mate. Have not ever been there. Missed an opportunity when I was about 21 to go. One of my great regrets that I never got to get over there. But who knows? The future is still bright, and I may get to get over there and check out some of the great places in the States. But, you know, oh, geez, so many people commenting tonight. Okay, so I'm just going to do something else here, guys. You know, it's... Okay, say that again. There is more to life than people realise, yes. You know, I think someone asked the question, there's so much going on tonight. Woo, having trouble keeping up. This old dude's not great at the old internet stuff, everyone, but that's okay. Life's what you make of it. There's no limitations to life. You can create whatever is in your heart and you can bring it into your life. You know, and I think that we often have a lot of limitations on ourselves because that's what we've been programmed with by people that have raised us. It's just really about... It's really about realising what you are programmed with, I guess. For me, being able to step back. Like, recently I've done a lot of work on kind of step away from a situation that might happen, right? So, when something happens in your life and you act a certain way, to actually notice it as it's happening almost. You're stepping out of yourself a little bit and going, oh, I'm reacting like this, and realizing whether that's the right way that you want to react. And then you have an opportunity to change it. It's like really getting that reflection on yourself, right? You need to get a reflection on yourself to actually change anything, you know? Yeah, it's the reflection part of you when you look at what you're saying and doing that gives you an opportunity to change the belief programmings that are within yourself. The beliefs that you have are like limited walls, right? If what I'm saying is, what I believe is true and we create our own reality, the more broad I can't go wider here, but the more broad your beliefs are, the more they allow you to be. Right, so yeah, you don't want really limiting beliefs, right? If you find you only get so much in a certain area of your life, and then you see a belief that says I only deserve so much in that particular area of my life, It's the belief that's actually stopping more coming, whether that's abundance, whether that's joy, whatever it might be, right? You've got to analyze yourself. You've got to see what you say on a daily basis. People that come into your world are a reflection of you. So when you find yourself saying something through a situation that happens, pay attention to what you say. Really pay attention and make an assessment whether you want to think like that or not. You are the only person that can change your beliefs. So, yeah, you've losing my train of thought a touchy. So you're in charge of that. No one's making you believe or act in a way that you're acting. It's all coming from you. Initially, when you were programmed with these programs, you acted a certain way because that's what was programmed. That's what you thought you had to do. But as you become an adult, you can make a judgment call on whether you want to keep believing the same things that others instilled upon you when you were younger. That's the transforming of your beliefs, of expanding, getting rid of the negative stuff and putting in much broader, more loving beliefs to allow more positive to come into your life. Nice one. Sorry, remember W6O, I just read that. Bailey, hello to you too. For all those people who have just jumped on, you are perfect, unique individuals that can transform their own lives as soon as you allow yourself to do it. All right, and that's what I like to talk about. So on my channel, if you want to empower yourself, if you want to have your life transformed for the better and you want ideas on how to do it, make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you've got the notifications, because when I come on live, and I'm doing them very regularly now, every day pretty much, you can listen, you can ask questions, we can get into it about that type of stuff. But if you haven't subscribed, you're not going to see when I jump on, because I'm really not advertising that across the board. It's just I'll hop on when it suits life and all that stuff. But reality is that between 7 and 8 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time, I'll probably be jumping on. All right? Oh, Bailey, I appreciate you. That is so nice. Same to you, because you're amazing as well. All right? And that's what it is. I think that if we, Arthray Benedicto, wow, that's a long, how are you going, my friend? To you out there. If you act in a way that is the most positive, loving individual you can be, that is going to come back. Thank you very much. You are very appreciated, and I'm glad to have you in the family. So, you know, anytime you have questions or things that, you know, that you want to have change for yourself, change the way you're acting. Analyze the way you act in situations on a daily basis. My buddy Roadstrom, yes. Still working against the grain here, buddy. It's been a bit of fun tonight, but more good people jumping online, and some really positive people out there as well, mate. I hope everything's going well for you, Roadstrom. Hope those kids aren't causing you too much grief on the holidays. Wisdom is mine. Don't trust no one. Okay. Well, you can. Yeah. Mate, I'm here. If you like how I talk and you want some of my opinions to pick from and take the nuggets of ideas that help you in your daily life, I'm happy to be that person. So by all means, you know, this is helping me, everyone, as much as it's helping all of you. You know, I'm not worried about how many people find me. I'm just really thankful and grateful that there are people that see me, right? Like, that's it, mate. That's it, wisdom. It is. It's what my opinion is on what I've proven to myself, and I've got strong opinions about things, but I'm not about telling anyone that that's how it has to be. It's about you taking the things that you like and using them for you if you so choose to, right? Take it what you like, chuck it what you don't like. So you're of my genre of wisdom. I'm 56. So, you know, I think we get to a point, and I just wanted to pass a lot of it on. I've lived a pretty exciting life, and I've met some pretty away, run free, kitties. Yeah, nice one, Rachel. What was this? Oh, Bailey, I'm so sorry to hear that. Your best friend's crossed over. Your best friend is still with you. So your best friend has left their physical, their energy, body is still going to be quite close to you, mate. And that's probably why you'll feel it at the moment. It'll be more emotional just at the moment. So just give yourself time. But know that they're fine, and know that they'll be there when it's your turn to cross back over. They were here as someone, as one of your partners in crime, mate, that just were there to make your life easier and more joyful for a long period of time. And, you know, I look forward to catching up with all of my past animals when I cross back over. But they're there, and they're running around great fields of joy at the moment, right? So, but yeah, I'm heart goes out to you. It takes a little bit of time. Just be good to yourself and take the time. And it'll get better a day at a time. Yes. But, you know, it's just, guys, it's care about, put yourselves first. Not selfishly, heartfelt. Start to put what you need first. Because everyone in your life that you care about, you can't change them to make yourself feel better. The only person you can change is you. And so care about you. Do the things that you want to be doing. Look into the things that you want to do. If it seems difficult, find other offshoots that drive you down that way. Honestly, there'll be more than one passion with each person. You'll have a number of things that you're passionate about. Whatever you can jump on and start doing now, start doing. Because you have to ask yourself, what's stopping you? You, life, whatever it is in life, something is stopping you. Something is stopping you, right? And it's always going to be you. It's always going to be you that's stopping you. And so if it's just you that's stopping you, then stop stopping yourself. Gee, I said stopping a lot there. Thank you, Bailey. You just have to try and be. Liz Randell, I appreciate you. Appreciate you a lot. I'd love you to write God, Goddess, all that is. But either way, absolutely fine. MRK Bates. Oh, you like the old Bates movies, do you? How you going? Bit of the horror genre. Oh, look, I think, you know, I want 2026 to be the best year for all you guys. I seriously do. We will see you tomorrow, Bailey. I look forward to it. Between 7 and 8, you know, Australian Eastern Standard Time, I'll jump on after dinner. And then I'll jump on and start yakking. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Have a great evening, great day tomorrow. Yeah, guys, it's just, you know, embracing you. We have to keep going back to it, right? We have to keep going back to it because it's reminding you how important that is. You know, another one of those reasons I'm doing it is because you can't say something once and then suddenly you've changed. Because we've been programmed with these negative programs for decades in some cases, we have to reprogram ourselves. So we have to keep reminding ourselves, you know, you'll have layers of programs. It'll pop up and you go, oh, geez, that's a negative way to think. I don't want to think that way anymore. And then 12 months down the track, boom, so it'll pop up again. And you'll be tested to whether you still want, do you want that here? No. We need to be honest with who we are, right? America first. Australia second, Buildsman. Australia second, we're your little brother. But, you know, we need to be honest with who we are. It's not, you don't have to prove yourself to other people, right? The only person you've got to prove yourself to is you. You know, if you lie to yourself, you know it. And so you'll hold yourself to an account. And that's the ultimate judgment I think everyone's going to probably, cheers, buddy. That's the ultimate judgment I think any of us are going to cop, right? Is that we let ourselves down, you know, to be the best version of ourselves we could be. I mean, it's not about doing it for an organisation or doing it for someone else. Connect with who you are, and you do it because it's for you. You do it for you, right? Connect with who you truly are and do it for you. Thank you. I think it'll be Bill, yeah? Bill Desmet. Bondi loves you too, mate. It was a horrific event. I try, Joel. I try, mate. I try to be the best person and best version of myself I can be. And I like lots of things. I'm not just into talking about this type of what life's about. I love that. But I love laying out the back in the hammock and stargazing. And I love having a bourbon with a couple of mates. And, you know, I love my Aussie Rules footy. And, you know, you do what you're passionate about. Each one of us is a unique individual that loves things that we love for our own reasons. So I say to everyone, why are you not doing more of the things that you love? Because when you do the things that you love, you suddenly attract people into your world that love a similar thing. And then what can happen is that opportunities will come up in the areas of things that you love to do. And it could turn into things like, wow, I'm doing a job now that I love, rather than a job that I hated, all right? You've suddenly transformed your life and every day's fantastic. Takara, mate, welcome. You are very welcome here, my friend. At all turns of life, we can all improve our situation by actually paying attention to how we're acting in our own world. You know, this is what I believe. You know, when we are acting out through fear and anger and frustration, we often find ourselves attracting similar people that are also trapped in that fear and anger and frustration, right? So you're basically proving that you're attracting a like vibration or a lower vibration. If you want to transform what's happening in your world, you need to act as a much more positive, high vibrational person. That means talking really well to everyone, right? Speaking really well to people that come into your life. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you so much. You know, you've done a great job for me. Thank you so much. You know, here's a nice tip, whatever it might be. Treat your reflection as it's a reflection of you, right? Welcome, Stephen. You are very welcome here. And look, if there are things that, you know, make you feel good, things that you believe in, it's about practicing them. It's about living them. Right? And if they're positive, if they're not hurting anyone else, if they're not trying to control someone else, I say no drama. But if anything you're doing is out of trying to control and trying to make them do what you want through fear or through a belief, you are doing the wrong thing and you are trying to manipulate the reality through very low vibrational control. You know, the only person you should be focused on transforming is you. analyze yourself, be the most authentic form of you that you can be, go forward and have an awesome life. And that's right. Like I was saying before, don't stop eating bacon and wine. Bacon and wine are awesome, all right? And again, if it's something that brings you joy, why would you stop doing it? If you feel like, wow, I have such a good time, we're having our wine, we're having a bit of, we're having a great, call it meal here, blah, blah, blah. Joel, I'm with you, mate. So living to your fullest potential, living honestly, I'm just reading again, guys, sorry. Okay. You show respect to other people and that respect comes back. That's 100% true, right? What you put out's what comes back. Right? I've proven that over and over again. And if that is the case, then we are also in control of what's going on in this world. We have a say in it. We don't have to be a passenger. We can actually transform our lives, our personal lives, for the better, right? And if you prove that to yourself, then that's the way you are a beacon of light for the person next to you. Puffle Pagus, Mimam in the holy. What's the holy? Sorry, Puffle. That's terrible. There are, guys, there are good people and there are people that are lost and confused with life and what they believe, right? Yeah, there's good people, there's bad people in every sect of the world, in every part of the world. It's not about any one particular group or ideology being correct or not correct. It really is about letting go of all that. I believe that. I think that we're all, like I said, we're all babies. We all came in here perfect little babies. We're all humans. We all are whatever we are that creates the human experience. So if we're perfect lights of vibration and we're connected with the all that is, we're all the same, right? We all come in the same. So why do we treat each other so bloody differently? Why doesn't anyone ever ask that question? When someone carries on and hates someone else, a lot of the racist stuff about white supremacy and things like that, I just don't understand it. It's not logical to think like that. There's a problem in the belief system with a lot of people, right? If you listen to your heart, everyone's the same, right? I just, I think about things logically and I speak about them honestly from the heart. I'm not going to shy away from it. There was a number of years through when I was raising my family that I closed off from actually speaking to other people about how I saw life. I just went forward and did what I had to do to raise the kids. But you know what? Now I'm speaking my truth. And I hope that people get positive stuff from it. Again, no one has to hang out if they don't want to listen. You like what I talk about. You like how I am. Hey, Craig, how you going? Welcome. I've been well. And you can hang out. You can listen. You can interact with me. We can talk about how your lives are going, how they're transforming through hopefully trying to take more positive control and do more things in your life that are your passions. And I want to hear about the things that happen that transform in your life when you start to do that. I'm not doing it just to throw out empty words here. It's, I'm hoping that a few of you guys go, hey, maybe I'll try a little bit of that. Maybe I'll stop being negative about stuff and I'll start to be more positive in certain areas. Lachlan, I'm well, my friend. So, it's about being honest with who you are, and it's about not just taking things and saying, "No, I can't make a difference," and chucking it away. I'm just gonna wallow in my own pity or have a pity party. I'm gonna train. I'm gonna change something, right? Yeah, I've been good. Set up a brand new hammock out the back, so that's looking good. I love me hammocks. Ever since I went to Great Keppel Island as a young guy, mate. Chilling out the hammocks, having a couple of cold brews. Most relaxing thing ever, laying in a hammock. That's again, another one of my little passions that I love. Well, that's an interesting YTQTQT. You're commenting on my size. Oh, I hope you feel okay about your own size, but, yes, I am working on myself, mate, and that's how she blows, right? So try to focus on yourself. It's very important. That's what life is. Life is about focusing on ourselves. Love camping. Love camping, Falcon. Did a lot of that when I was younger days too, when the kids were younger. Probably eased up now that they're all older. Merry Christmas to you, Charles. Thanks, mate. I'm speaking the word of all it is, Falcon. That's the statement I want to put on. It's all it is. God, goddess. Don't forget the goddess, because it's a balance. Life's a balance. Yin and yang. We're a part of it all. Embrace that. Be the best version of yourself you can be, for no other reason than you want to get the most out of this life, right? And I think every single person wants to have the most positive experiences in life. So would you think that being the best version of yourself to everyone around you would be a bad decision to make? No, it would be the best decision you ever make in your life. Start to speak to everyone that comes into your life in as much of a positive manner as you can. Speak to them in the way that you'd like to be spoken to. It's what it is. It's not at all AKA Jot Singh. No, I am a heterosexual man with 2 boys, and I'm been in my relationship for over 30 years, mate. So hooray to me. Very lucky man. No offence taken, mate. Don't see it as an important factor in what we're talking about, but fair enough. It's life is life. And that's what I've always been interested in that, right? I've always been interested in understanding what is at the core of what existence is. I suppose I was probably... I am a little ankh. Yeah, it's a little ankh with a little loop on the top. It's an Egyptian symbol, means eternal life. I've always had ankhs pop up in my life a lot. Yeah. Oh, that's a shame. Maybe change your name from Broke, because Broke is putting out there that you don't have any money and you're saying Santa didn't give me a winning lottery ticket. I would say lottery winner. I would call yourself something like that. Because remember, and I'm being very serious here, remember Broke Boy 447, what you put out is a reflection of what you want. Now, if you want to win lottery, calling yourself broke, might want to adjust that. That's one for you, all right? Yes, but what you put out is what comes back. So you have to be careful what you write, what you say, how you act. A lot of us do not really understand that concept, and the concept comes from understanding that you create your own reality. Your words are extremely powerful. Your actions are even more powerful. Pay attention to what you say and pay attention to what you're doing. Don't palm it off. I didn't know what I was doing, officer. Consciously take control of those things, because, well, you can say that, Falcon, but no, I don't. I went to church when I was a young kid because the parents thought that it'd be good for me. But the belief structure of of the religious situation was something that didn't sit fully with me. Even as a 12-year-old boy, I was like, something's not right here. So I looked for more. And it's just, I've had some good mentors over my time that have been really amazing individuals, that have they've embraced life. Life is exciting. You are a part of it all. You are as amazing as everybody else. It's looking at it from a perspective that we're all one, that we're all on the same level of amazement, and there's no one better than you. There's not a God that is better than you. You're a part of it all. So how can there be a God that's better than any of us when we're a part of the God Goddess all it is? Can't be. That's the difference. Religion wants to say we're lesser than, we're sinners, and God's up here and we have to forgive our sins to him so he can save us. Understanding that, a metaphysical, spiritual understanding is understand that you're a part of the all that is, the God, Goddess, all it is. You're not lesser than, you're the same as everybody else. That's at the core of what I believe. So Jesus was an amazingly connected spiritual being that tried to show us what we could be, but was then turned into a martyr. That's the short story. That's what I believe. He was an amazing, and still is, an amazing spiritual being. But that's the thing that religion does. It puts other things on pedestals and makes you feel like you're lesser than and that you can't have a say. I'm here telling you that you can. Okay? Being spiritual is living the spiritual existence. Okay? Living it. Not just saying it. Being your authentic you. Right? What do you love? Start doing it. I'm not speaking things that aren't logically sensible. I'm actually giving you the basis to transform your life for the better. Live the things that you love. Do them. What's stopping you? I hope nothing. Can I restart? Hey, Tyler, how you going, mate? Look, at the core of everything, Tyler, I know this is something that everyone listens to me. I have to go over things again and again because we do get new people jumping on all the time. But Tyler, I am a spiritual individual that believes that I create my own reality. Yes, I believe that we as individuals need to connect with our authentic selves and live our true purpose by following along the lines of doing the things that you personally love to do. Because when you live your authentic self, you attract those people to you. You then open your world up to living a much more authentic life that you love to live, right? Rather than doing things that you don't enjoy doing, all right? Remind yourself of what you do love and start to do them. But at the core of it all, I'm someone that believes in your actions and your words are very, very powerful, and taking honest reflection upon how you act and what you say so you can change those things to be even more positive, so you can actually transform your life in a more positive way, right? Absolutely, Falcon. You can hang out anytime you like, my friend. I welcome everyone into my little humble family, mate. And, I will rattle over these things on a regular basis because, look, there's people like whoever just jumped on there before. I was just talking to Tyler. He's jumped on late, but, okay, Peekaboo, I'm stuck in depression. Please pray for me. All right, Peekaboo. I believe, okay, this is again my opinion, Peekaboo, so don't take it as gospel, but I believe that depression is when you feel like you're not in control of your life, right? That everything else is happening and it's out of your control, and we just get more centered down. Yeah, is that what you're feeling? Where you're kind of just more and more closed off, right? What else we got? Absolutely. Absolutely, Craig. Yeah, so if you're still there, peekaboo. Basically, Militia, greetings from Papua, greetings from Melbourne, Australia, to you too. So peekaboo, I want you to say to yourself, I actually have a say in my life. I actually can make a difference. I can take control of my life, all right? You need to empower yourself with some positive affirmations about, that you're in control of what's going on. But I'm not sure whether you're still with me there, peekaboo, but if you want to talk more, I'm here. I am rebel and Christian. Gene Presnell. Rebel. When you say rebel, Gene, what do you mean? Rebel and Christian. Well, that is very good. And that is where you are right now, yes? That is who you are today, right now. Here's something else too, everyone, right? When I was younger, all I knew was religion, like many of us do. And basically, as you open up to other experiences, as you prove new things to yourself, thanks, Rostrom. You always know what to say. As you open up and learn more about life, I think that you don't have to stay limited to the labels that you put upon yourself. You basically can change and grow throughout your life. If you're someone that is very comfortable with what you believe and you don't want to go any further and you want to live your existence believing the one thing that you believe, you can do that too. I mean, life is not, there's no rules, okay? There's no rules. It's your life to do whatever it is you want to do with it. I'm a believer in, as long as we're not hurting other people, because other people shouldn't come into what you decide for you. That would be where I'd say there's something that, I don't like it when other people are made to be controlled by others, right? They're just jealous, Falcon. They're just jealous, mate. What can I say? Nothing wrong with a nice, solid man. It's not about other people, right? I think no matter what age you are in life, there's always going to be bullies. There's always going to be, keyboard warriors online that they say, people that are brave are when you can't see who they are. But every time someone says something that I say is a low vibrational comment or a negative comment about someone else, just feel sorry for them a bit, right? Because they obviously feel that way about themselves. That's why they're putting out that comment. They're actually letting everyone else know that they're hurting. They just don't realise it because they don't think of it that way. But when you act out in a low vibrational way, you are showing the world that that's what you feel about yourself. And if you take on what they've said, there is a belief within you that agrees with what they've said. So that should be an opportunity for you to look at your beliefs and say, do I really care that someone thinks I'm overweight? Do I care if I'm overweight? And if you don't, you let that belief go. If you want to change it about yourself because it's a decision that you want to try and change, then you try and change it. But you don't do anything for someone else. You do it because you've decided to do it, right? Everything in your life is for you to decide if it's right for you. Empower yourself. You are all amazing. You are powerful individuals. You just don't realize how powerful you are. You need to awaken yourselves to who you really are. And part of that process is living your authentic self, not living any lies, being true to who you are and living your most authentic life. Love who you are, guys. Hey, Gene, have you been hanging out all the time, Gene? People often, guys too, right? Guys are really uncomfortable with saying, I love you, or embracing themselves in that way. They feel, I don't feel comfortable in saying it. Well, that's a belief as well. Because a lot of guys, as a guy myself, being brought up with their fathers, never to cry, all this old school crap. Roadstrom, I appreciate you, mate, because it's a powerful thing for yourself to say that you love yourself, that you're happy with who you are. And that's why I try and say at many opportunities during my lives, you are all amazing. Unconditional love to all of you guys. You're doing a great job. You're living your life to the best of your ability. I'm sure many of you have great families and you support your families and you love your partners and you're doing the best you can. What more could you possibly have to do? You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. Again, the only person that is going to judge what you've done is you, because you know you better than anyone else, because you've lived you for this whole lifetime. They're your decisions. They were your choices at every step and turn. No one made you do anything. You chose everything. And at the end of the day, you'll analyze your life when you cross back over. A lot of the spiritual people talk about how we, have the life review. When we cross over, we have a life review. We sit down, we watch our life back, and we go through how we made other people feel at different situations. It's not someone else judging your life. It's just you. Because you chose to come here. So you wanted to get certain things from this existence. So then you'll analyze your life to see if you did get those things from this existence. Did you do the best that you could? My advice to you is, in the middle of this life, if you can realize that living your authentic life, living your life from the heart, will get you on that path of the greatest pleasure and joy and passions that you can create for yourself. It'll get you on that path. And that's when you transform your life in amazing ways, right? Do I remember the choice to come here? No, I do not. I do not have that conscious memory. And I'm glad that you're very happy in your own skin, as I am, right? A person can say what they like to me, and that's fine. That's their choice. But you're really talking about yourself. And, yeah, my grandfather didn't die. No, he didn't. He lived a life to the fullest potential that he could, Gene. And, and you have to believe that. And what he did, I'm sure, left impressions for you and lessons that you've learned through his existence. We all do everything for each other, but we do them for ourselves first. I don't think we go anywhere after death. Well, Rose, that's all cool, man. I mean, I got no dramas with that. And did I tell you about that Journeys Out of the Body, the book by Robert Monroe? If you ever want to try separating your energy body from your physical body, that's how you prove to yourself that there's more than just this one life. Robert Monroe, Journeys Out of the Body, Roadstrom. If you want to read a book, read that. You made the choice. I'm just looking at it. How do I know I made the choice? Honestly, it's a real gut feeling about that aspect. I've heard that from different psychics and people over the years that I've known, that they believed that that we get together as a soul family group, like even you guys here listening to me now, and we all kind of work out what we're going to do through the life, and we set up certain parameters, and because we want to experience this or that or the other, and it's all about expanding ourselves, expanding our own consciousness. All right, it's none of us can fully prove anything, I suppose, to other people, but when your gut feels really good, when someone says something and there's a bit of a spark or a bit of a ding inside yourself, kind of signals that this is something you should be listening to. I mean, it's the same as when someone says something that makes no sense to me. I can let that go because it doesn't make sense to me now. But the things that do ding off with you, I say take them on, follow them, check it out for yourself. I'm not one to, not have people check out what I'm saying. You can prove a lot of the things that I say to yourself. like separating from the physical body. It's called out-of-body travel for those who haven't heard of it. You can learn, you can teach yourself to do that. There's an old book called Journeys Out of the Body by Robert Monroe was the author, and Robert Monroe was one of the most famous authors that wrote down his separation or his travels out of the body. There's even a university to out-of-body traveling in the States. I can't remember the name. I think it's Monroe Institute in the States. So, you know, and there's a lot of people doing it. But, you know, if you don't open yourself up to investigate about it and look into it, how would you know for yourself? I mean, until I was told about it at 21, I had no idea anything like that was possible. And then I experienced it twice in my life and was out of my body and have had my energy separate to my physical, and it was just vibrational electric blue energy. It was unbelievable, right? And I felt 1,000 times more powerful than I do right now. It was just this aliveness. It was, if that's death, no problem, bring it on. But I will see this life through to the end. I will get as much out of it as I can, because I believe we're here to experience this to the fullest, right? And to get out of our lives as much as we possibly can to, you know, help transform this world into an even more wonderful place. I mean, I'm a big, my own gut says a big bit about trying to create heaven on earth. That this is a place that we're trying to take from a lower vibration into now a much higher vibration, and we'll all learn more new lessons on this new level of vibration that we will bring in to the earth. Yeah, it's basically, yeah. Okay, no. There's I don't know what we're talking about here. I've missed all that. I think, well, again, Project Prodigy. I'm answering this question for you. The Soul and Muselix, you have a great night too, mate. All right. Thank you for hanging out. You're appreciated. You're awesome. You're perfect as you are. Go forward and enjoy every moment of your existence. Have a good night, my friend. To sleep. Bloody oath I can, Roadstrom. And I embrace that fully. Your soul, your spirit, I think I was going to say, look, no one knows when it started, okay? No one knows when life started, right? But honestly, we've all got a part of ourselves that is more than the physical that we see in the mirror, okay? I've proven that to myself. Now, you guys can prove those things to yourself too. I know that you can, but you have to choose to want to do that. No one's making you do that, right? But if you're worried about does life go on after this life finishes, from Craigsworldrocks, and here I am, Craig, hands on heart, 100% life goes on after this life. 150,000%. I've separated from the physical. I have felt my energy. I've seen it. It's unbelievable, right? It's unbelievable. And I did it when I was younger because I wanted to prove that to myself. And then I haven't worried about continuing that. Consciousness doesn't die, no. Nicole, how are you, Nicole? Look, because I'm a Christian, I'm asking against your soul, because if your soul is not physical, then must have come from something non-physical. Yeah, we're not physical beings. We're light energy beings. Now, whether you believe the religious aspect to us, our light energy beings, our soul, I just know that we have an energy part to our being. We are energy beings. We are light beings. We are vibrational. We get affected by light, different colors. We get affected by sound, different sounds. They're light frequencies. We are frequency beings. We are light frequency, right? Some form of that. More than that, I can't really go into more detail because I don't have any more detail, you know? Well, I actually had a past regression done with a clairvoyant many years ago too, Rachel, and I went through 16 past lives in a day with this lady, and she's a lovely lady. And the reason I know that they were real is that when I stepped off and I was seeing a lifetime in my mind, there was an emotion connected to it. I felt emotion along with what I was seeing. It wasn't just a movie. I remembered how it felt. So I knew it was a past life. That's all I can tell you. Again, there are people that you can go and get past life regressions done with, mate. And if you're interested in that, the only way you're going to know if that's real is to experience that for yourself as well. But a past life regression is basically for everyone else. It's a life that you lived before. And again, there are clairvoyants and spiritual people that actually can talk you into a meditative state and connect you with past lives that are locked away in part of your brain that you don't have access to naturally. All right? But you can access that. And I have done that. So again, it's just whether you want to know more. You don't have to. You just, if you want to, right? It's another thing. It's another thing, everyone. So, we've, hang on, I need a drink of water here, guys. What's going on?
Why are they getting targeted? Fuck off.
Oh, Zaka? Yeah, there you go. Can you hear me speaking through the voice of the children of Jesus? No, Nicole, I can't. So, all right. Falcon, you're all right, mate. You know, go forward and just live every day to its fullest, mate. What can I say? It really doesn't matter at the end of the day if someone's right or wrong about little insignificant things, right? I mean, what I believe is, I was going to go off at the time when I was broke. Now I'm on. Well, sounds like a pretty good clairvoyant there, Roadstrom. No worries, mate. Hello, how you going? In love with Mainers. Okay, very good. Welcome aboard, Craigsworldrocks. This is where people want to talk about or understand life, the universe, and everything. From myself, I'm Craig. And that we're always talking about here, you have the power to transform your life. You know, what you put out is what you get back. Well, again, wisdom, I can only tell you what I've been through, mate, and I've proven certain things to myself. And until someone, I suppose, you prove certain things to yourself, then each of us will believe what we believe. And that's where it falls, right? But like I said, always be open to letting more in. Always be open to, you're in charge. You're in charge of your life. You go forward and you want to create the things that are better for you. But with any new concept or understanding, be open enough, be skeptical enough or brave enough with your skepticism to allow yourself to investigate something fully before you close anything off fully. You want to allow yourself to investigate a lot of these thoughts and understanding so that you can find out what's good and what isn't. Because some things are bullshit, some things are genuine. The reason that, well, Nicole, no, Jesus is not in charge of my life. I'm in charge of my life. Now, Prodigy, I can't remember what you said now, Prodigy. What'd you say? Or maybe you just said that to me. Maybe I missed it. I agree with that. We must have come from something like nature. I've probably lost the train of thought there, Prodigy. I apologise, mate. Okay, cool, mate. No worries. Like I said, guys, everything that I speak about, I hope that you guys take a lot of the stuff to empower yourself more. A lot of the things, a lot of the beliefs that are out there are about giving away your power, so you don't have to worry about it. Someone else has control over that part of your life. I'm someone that says you have control over every aspect, every part of your life, whether you realise it or not. And Dunker Squad, I'm an Aussie too, yes, and you're an Aussie. Excellent. Can I ask what state you find yourself in? I'm in sunny Melbourne. It hasn't been so sunny in 2025, but I'm in sunny Melbourne. Where are you hanging out, mate?
What?
Get the snags on them, Barbie. Yes. Yeah, once the sun comes out a bit more, it's been a little bit wet and rainy down here in the last month or so down in Melbourne. But, you're in Melbourne as well, mate. Yeah, well, you've experienced what I've experienced. There you go. All right. So that's all good. Gene, love your flag, mate. Awesome. Yeah. So we've had a very good time tonight, and I've enjoyed myself thoroughly. And you are a legend. I know everyone has lots of different opinions, and I love it. I love the discussion. And again, as long as we're all being respectful with what everyone believes, as long as we're being respectful to other people when we speak, then that's fine. Everything else is fine. I suppose I do challenge a lot of people's thoughts and understandings when it comes to how they see life. And it's not like everyone has heard someone that believes that they create their own reality every day. But I've had that understanding and knowledge and learnings for 30 years since I first was open up to it. And it probably saved my life, right, when I was in my young 20s, because the feeling of not being in control of my own life was the worst feeling in the world for me. And understanding that I had a say in what went on, that I could change things for the better, transformed my life. And if I can help others that feel that way ever, that feel like they haven't got connection and there's no reason to be here because they don't have a say in what's going on, then I'm just grateful and appreciate that other people can actually find themselves through the understandings about life that I've been able to learn myself. And you are all in control of what's going on, whether you know it or not. You are the person that's actually pulling the strings in your life, whether you know it or not. Game Boy, I appreciate you subbing, mate. And look, I hope everyone does, because I love open discussions and I love honesty, and I love people that want to connect more with who they really are. Connect with your authentic self, mate. Be brave. Be brave. Do the things that you love to do. Don't be fake people. Don't try and make yourself into something you're not so everyone else thinks you're okay. Be your unique self. Embrace who you are. Be that perfect spark of love and light that God, Goddess, all it is, help to create you to be. You're a part of that. You're a part of existence that is perfect. You do not have to do anything to live forever. You already are, and you already will. So if you worry about that, stop worrying about it. Okay? I've listened to all the religious stuff when I was a young guy, and I understand it. So I don't need anyone to try and tell me this is a much better way of thinking, because the religious concept is about giving your power to a higher being, someone that's higher than you, someone that's better than you. I'm here to tell you that you're a part of the all that is. You are as good as everybody else. You are one with the universe. Jesus was one with the universe, and he was trying to show everyone how you could all be, being more connected with who you truly are. We are very closed off to who we all truly are, everyone. We are more than what we realize. Guys, it's okay. Falcon, not a drama, mate. We have come to the 2-hour period, and I'm going to call it for a night. I have had so much fun tonight. And look, honest conversations, people being honest, people putting it out there. Just, remember, guys, always try and be as respectful as you can to each person that you come across. And speak your truth is fine, but don't force the truth onto people or your truth onto others. You can speak your truth about what you believe, but forcing it onto other people is not really the way to go. So that, again, it's my opinion. I do it from the heart. I'm living it from the heart, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. I think you're all amazing. I think you're doing the best that you can with your lives. And I wish only the most abundance and success and love and joy and happiness into each of your lives. I hope that you've all subscribed and all ticked your, authentic, whatever it is, so that you know when I come online. But I will be on tomorrow again. I will look forward to it. I will recharge my batteries for then. But hey, guys, thank you all so much for hanging out. And you have been a pleasure. And enjoy. Craig's World rocks. So does yours. Have a great night. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much, everyone. See you soon.